Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be retesting the RX 580 in Red Dead Redemption 2, this time around in 2021, of course, with all of the optimization patches in place. This one is the XFX GTS version of the card. It comes already overclocked out of the box to 1366 MHz on the core clock and 2000 MHz on the memory clock. We are, of course, running the latest drivers, Adrenaline 2020 21.2.1. This is the 8GB model, as you can see right there in the Radeon settings, and we are running it with a Ryzen 9 5900X and 32 gigs of RAM. You will get the same FPS with something like a Ryzen 3 3100 and 16 gigs in dual channel. You don't need the 5900X, of course. This game is not really CPU intensive at all, but it is extremely GPU intensive. And first of all, let's go over the settings. I'm playing at 1080p resolution. We're also going to be testing this one at 1440p and 4K, and as you can see, we're utilizing the low settings with ultra textures because the textures do make a huge difference in how this game looks. We're utilizing the Vulkan API as well, everything else set to the low settings preset. And here we are. Arthur just woke up from his beautiful night in the hotel here in Saint Denis, and yes, my friends, we are in Saint Denis this time around. I'm not testing it out in the woods, at least not yet. We're gonna go there in just a little bit, but let's start counting our FPS here in this beautiful little town or city, whatever this is. And as you can see, the FPS are extremely good. It's basically performing like the 1660 Ti on medium settings, but this one is of course on low. They are not on par, they don't really compete against each other. The 580 is very similar in performance with the GTX 1650 Super, and I actually tested that one a few days ago as well. If you want a 60 plus FPS experience all of the time, yeah, the 580 will do it absolutely fine. And you don't even need the 8GB model of the card. As you can see, the VRAM utilization is only at 3.5 GB right now. And let me test one thing here. If I press G, yeah, okay, I didn't know you could do this without getting off the horse, so that's great. I strongly recommend medium settings if you're playing this game, and this is why I'm gonna keep low settings short, okay? I'm gonna test 1440p right now, and here we go. We're now at 2560 by 1440, still utilizing the same low settings, as you can see, and it is very playable. Look at this. We're getting 60s here. Of course, it's gonna drop from 60 FPS, but this is extremely good, and again, it's around the same performance as the 1660 Ti on medium settings at 1440p, so this is very interesting. So that means that it's probably gonna hover around 60 to 65 FPS on average here in Saint Denis. Going out in the woods, we get basically the same performance, so I'm not even gonna go there, at least on low settings, you know. I'm just gonna do a little stroll around the Saint Denis area right here, see the NPCs and stuff like that, see the graphics, which look a little bit crispier, you know. The textures do look a little bit better here at 1440p compared to 1080p, and now the VRAM utilization is just below 4GB, so the 4GB model of the RX 580 will still do a fantastic job at these settings. Now, would I play like this? Probably not. I will choose to play at medium settings below 60 FPS than at low settings with an average of 60, because I believe that's a much better experience in a game like Red Dead Redemption 2. This game is known for its beautiful visuals, and on low settings, although the game still looks very good, yeah, you're missing out on the experience, you know, visually speaking. So I will definitely recommend medium settings here for Red Dead 2, even if you get like 30 or 40 FPS. As long as it doesn't drop from 30 FPS, I'd be fine with that experience. And yeah, over here near this more foliage-ish area, we're getting down into the 50s, so it's not that good anymore. I'm not sure if it's because of the rain. Let's just quickly do 4K just to see if it's capable of handling it. Here we go, 3840 by 2160. Let's apply that, and I think I'm just gonna restart it just to make sure that everything applied properly. Okay, we're back here, 4K resolution, and it seems like it's still quite playable at low settings, but on medium and high and the Xbox One X settings, it won't really do a good job, obviously. We might actually see it drop from 30 here, even on low settings. Oh man, I expected a little bit better, to be honest, but the 580 was never a 4K card. But it's the equivalent of the GPU on the Xbox One X, so it kind of sucks to see that it won't really do 4K all that well, at least on Xbox One X settings, you know. That said, I still haven't seen it drop from 30 FPS, guys. It's very, very close, and I don't recommend this experience. Oh, there we go, 29 frames per second there. I get that the crispiness, if you're all about crispiness, maybe 4K is a good option at low settings because it still looks decent, but it will look a lot better and actually run a lot better, for example, at 1440p using medium settings. I just don't really see a point of playing this game at 4K with the RX 580, unfortunately. And here we go. After a fresh restart of the game, we're playing at 1080p resolution using the medium settings, or the balanced preset right there at the middle. So as you can see, a lot of the things are set to medium. Some things are still set to like high or low, and ultra as well. But I think it's mostly medium settings. Just gonna disable motion blur. Alright guys, so we're back here. I just started counting our FPS, and as you can see, around not Valentine, this is Saint Denis, gosh damn it. So getting close to 60 FPS with an RX 580 is extremely good, especially because I think these settings do look slightly better than the Xbox One X settings, but the Xbox One X settings might actually put us above 60 FPS on average, while this one is at 58 right now. Still, it's completely playable. I will definitely choose to play like this at 1080p if I had a native 1080p monitor, there it is, because it will look really, really crispy and it will look really, really nice. I really think that the medium settings is the best balance between visuals and performance in this game. I always recommend medium instead of high in this one because it looks basically the same. There are very, very minor differences between medium and high settings, and even less of a difference between high and ultra settings. We're utilizing 4.5 gigabytes of VRAM right now, even at 1080p, so that's quite a bit, and the 4 gigabyte model of this card might struggle just a little bit to use these settings. I think it won't even give you the option to utilize these settings because it runs out of VRAM and you can't apply them. So yeah, the medium settings preset should be different with the 4 gig variant of this card. Alright, so we're at 2560 by 1440 right now using the same medium settings, medium-ish, high, ultra, yeah, this game's presets are just all over the place. But anyways, you can see it's looking gorgeous. It's really crispy. I have a 1440p monitor, by the way, so this is my native resolution. Oh boy, crocodiles, we don't want those. Calm down, Roach. Calm down, Roach, stop. The 580 these days is not really a good 1440p card. It was back when it released 4 years ago, but right now, well, it kind of struggles in a lot of titles. But it's good to see that Red Dead 2 is performing absolutely fine at 1440p medium. And you know what? I would play like this. I would play like this with a 1440p monitor because it looks gorgeous, man. This is obviously not a fast-paced game, so I guess 40 FPS average is absolutely fine. It's kind of like Rust. I'm fine with like 40-something FPS average in Rust as well, although that's a first-person shooter. So even more so here, I think 30 is absolutely fine as well. I felt like the 4K results at low settings were also playable, and it was kind of dropping from 30 here and there. So yeah, 1440p here is running absolutely fine. It's not really 60 FPS smooth, but I don't think anybody expected that to happen here with a 580 at 1440p. Good thing is you can always drop the resolution to 1080p if you really want to stay close to that 60 FPS mark, but if all you want is a good visual experience with the 1440p resolution, this is awesome. Yeah, 45 FPS average and 38% lows. Extremely good results in my opinion. Now, 4K shouldn't be playable. We're gonna test it right now, of course, but yeah, just for a little bit, and it's just for science, I guess. I'm just gonna set it there. It's gonna break my capture card. No, it didn't. Okay. Yep. okay, so 20s, mid-20s, low 20s at times is what you can expect at medium settings in 4K. The 580 really isn't a 4K GPU, so yep, it shows right here. I'm gonna stop it there for 4K medium, and we're not gonna touch 4K with any other settings now. And we are back here, and the game always decides to enable triple buffering for some reason, but these are the high to ultra settings, I guess. It's different for every single card, so yeah, this is what the game sets at the favor quality settings. I'm just gonna disable motion blur once again. Alright, we're back here getting 40 or near 40 FPS at 1080p. So this is insanely demanding. Now, it might look a little bit better than medium settings, but that's all because of the lighting now, or the weather actually. Everything is more bright and shiny right now, and I really like that. But yeah, medium settings looks pretty much the same depending on the weather. The FPS are extremely similar to 1440p at the medium settings, as you can see. Yeah, like mid 40s, mid 30s at times in more demanding areas, you know. Yeah, it might be a little bit more intensive than 1440p medium actually, but it does look good. If you really want to play at high settings and 1080p resolution, well, feel free to do so, because the RX 580 will still provide a playable FPS experience.
Don't be shy.
What is happening here? Oh my gosh, more people telling me to not be shy. What's up? I'm gonna talk to him.
You want to come in, see my collection of skulls?
Oh boy. Okay, let's see his collection of skulls. Oh my god. All right, let's see. Can you go in, Arthur? Come on. Oh, okay, yep, that wasn't a good idea, obviously. And the FPS went to crap, of course they did.
Oh, you struggled. And you lost. But it was quite a tussle, I tell you. Quite a tussle, my pet.
Okay, this is uncomfortable, actually.
Friendship ain't so tough. And neither is you.
No, please don't tell me he's cutting my beard. Alright, so, we're fine. We just woke up in the middle of the swamp area, which is great. This is exactly what I wanted anyways. What did he do to me? I have no idea. I feel uncomfortable. Well, let's see. Do I have a hole in my pants? No, I don't, so that's fine. We're good, maybe. It's extremely consistent anyways. You should expect 35 to 45 FPS most of the time. Okay, 2560 by 1440, utilizing the high to ultra settings once again. I don't think this is gonna be a very playable experience unless it doesn't drop from 30, but oh boy, it's so close. Okay, maybe go that way because it's a little bit more intensive. There are more trees around there, so I'm gonna start counting the frames. It's okay, you know. Of course, I already told you that you should play on medium settings and it's a much better experience. But you know what? If it doesn't drop from 30, which it just did, I would recommend it. But yeah, it's 28 there. Nope, not a very good experience, is it, my friends? Yeah, she's okay. Yeah, this was the guy. Wait a second. Yes, it's me again. I'm gonna kill you, buddy. Oh, nope. Come over here. There we go. That's how we do it. Alright, where is he? Where did he go? What the heck? Oh, there he is. Alright, let's loot him because he probably stole everything from us. I want to pick that up. That was... Oh my gosh, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I thought I could pick that up, but take what? Yes, take. There we go, baked beans. That's awesome. What should I do now? Take it! Just take it! What the heck? Why don't you work? Take, close, no, take. I can't take it. For some reason, I can't take those things. But that's it anyways. Yeah, it's not really that good of an experience, my friends. I'm gonna stop it right there, 27 frames. And we're gonna do Xbox One X settings now. And we're back here at 1080p resolution using the Xbox One X settings. Now the One X actually runs it at 4K, but as we've seen, it's not really that playable at 4K. And here we are once again, as you can see, getting around 70 frames per second, which is pretty damn good. You know what? I could probably see myself playing like this with a 1080p monitor and an RX 580. It doesn't seem to be dropping from 60 FPS, which is really nice. I did not expect this. This is closer to the FPS that we were getting on low than medium settings, so it is incredible to see, actually, with the RX 580. Amazing performance. Oh my gosh. Everything's completely fine. Rush, don't you do this. Okay. I thought he was gonna crash. Yeah, boy. Alright. I think St. Denis that way. I don't know. It still hasn't dropped from 60, guys. That is crazy. Like, I did not expect it to be so much better than medium. Like, flat out medium settings, you know? But again, it doesn't look as good as medium, but if you want that balance between visuals and performance and stay above 60 FPS at 1080p resolution, this is the way to go. Wow, 62 there, 61. Amazing. It's just crazy good, this performance. And finally, we are at 1440p, still using the Xbox One X settings. Here we go. Let's see if it's playable. It probably will be because it was playable at medium. So as you can see, getting 50s. It's probably gonna average around 50 frames per second, considering that we average around like 45 at medium. Maybe a little bit better than that. I don't even know. Look at that. It's, oh gosh, it's looking really nice, guys. I will totally play like this. You know, this might actually be a better experience than 1440p medium, just because these settings are actually optimized to give you the best visuals for performance. That's why they used it on consoles. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I'm happy to see that the 580 is performing this well in this game. I think with the 4GB variant you can still play this game at these settings absolutely fine. Although the VRAM usage is going over 4GB, I think the 4GB model of this card will still do a good job. It just means that the RAM will be more utilized because it has to use some system RAM to make up for the lack of VRAM. But yeah, my friends, it's definitely looking beautiful. There is still some pop-in every now and then, like, it's very noticeable. Even at high settings there was pop-in, so yeah, nothing that you can do about it really. It's just how the game was designed. But all in all, if you want to play Red Dead 2 with an RX 580, even at 1440p with Xbox One X settings, it will do a fantastic job. So go for it. I definitely recommend it. I think I would play this game like this. These are like the ultimate settings or optimized settings for the RX 580 at 1440p as well as 1080p, you know. So just play like this and forget about everything else that you saw in this video, because the Xbox One X settings are definitely the way to go. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next one very soon. Love you all. Bye bye.